DJ. New ownership hopefully coming soon. Let's go. Oh man, welcome on into the Saturday night edition, brother, of the NY to MD podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Sherrard on a Saturday. Thank you for tuning in. StreamYard, YouTube, subscribe and like. Of course, we're all over the socials, Facebook, IG, Twitter, maybe. Could be. We may just go illegally, just get to go to TikTok before they kick us off. And of course, we're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NY to MD podcast. What's up, B?
Man, it was a good week, man. Nice to be here tonight, Saturday night. And man, I'm excited, man. We got some great stuff to talk about.
Great stuff.
And I am pumped.
You should be, because like I said, broke it down. Look at all this goodness going on. NBA playoffs started already. We could talk about our predictions when it comes to that. You suddenly have wide receiver.
Whoa.
And maybe some money might be exchanged in DC, not like the legal money like they normally do, but like actually over the table money. To have a new ownership jump into Washington. So there's a whole bunch of things to start off with. But I'm starting off with this, man. USFL started today. I don't know why. I I know that we had the XFL. I know it hasn't been working well. It's been working well, sorry. And USFL started today. And the USFL only plays in like one stadium. So whatever. My whole thing is, in order for anybody to drum up interest, what you need to do is have a Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Can you not? That's rude.
I'm sorry. I can't.
That's rude, though, dude.
That'll be rude to you.
That's disrespectful. I even said what the heck I was about to say.
That's not towards you. That's not towards
you. That's how it feels.
No, I'm not doing that towards you.
This is how we. You know what? All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
That wasn't towards you, dude.
In history.
That wasn't towards you.
I'm about to drive over there and fight him.
That wasn't.
This is why we're not in the studio together.
That wasn't towards you.
As I was saying, should be the winner of the XFL should face the winner of the USFL. It's the only time anything would drum up some kind of ratings.
Actually,
one of the two.
Actually, you know what? I actually agree with that. I actually agree with that because that would actually have some interest in those two leagues. That would drum up some type of interest in those leagues. Because, as I was trying to say without saying, I just think it's
saying that when you're going like this.
That wasn't towards you. It's just towards those leagues. They just kind of ho hum. You don't
No, you're ho hum, Brian. You're ho hum.
Yeah, I am ho hum. But so are those leagues. I am. But so are they.
It was just kind of, but it was just that kind of fun. Anyway,
no, but my bad. No, go ahead, man.
No, USFL started today. And again, there's why? I know NBC wants to have their own thing. No one cares. No one's going to watch. But
you know what? Look.
More opportunities, I get it. But face each other. Honestly, I think that's where the money is.
I think that's a great idea. Is that something under consideration?
I don't think yet, but I think hopefully they use that because does it matter or no one cares who wins the XFL Bowl or who wins the USFL Bowl. But if the two leagues who actually are playing at the same time now face each other in a not winner take all, but in the game, it's the only way that people will be like, the DC Defenders are facing the Generals. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's a great idea.
And I think that would build a rivalry between the two. And then people love rivalries. people will watch the game. No one's going to watch. 6 teams in the league or 7 teams in the league. So your championship is going to be teams that played each other already, like twice. What does that mean? Nothing. That's all.
Yeah, I do get it though. Look, honestly, I get it. Like this is a time where there's nothing else going on. You know what I'm saying? So why not try their leagues? And there is a market for it. It's just for me, it's just hard for me to get invested in these teams. You know why? Because I really don't know the players, and if I do know the players, it's like someone who played for like the Ravens like 5 years ago and didn't make it, or you know what I mean? It's almost like team reject. That's harsh. I don't want to say reject, but you get my point. I don't know. I just need a reason to. I need a reason to watch. I need a compelling reason to tune in, and that would be a good reason.
Yeah, for something fun to happen and to generate ratings for both leagues. But probably won't have that for a while because you know how it works.
So real quick though, so is it the end of the
I think they still got XFL. No, they still got I think a couple more weeks.
Okay.
No, so they'll still be overlapping each other.
Are the Defenders still like number one? I mean, not number one, but are they?
Yeah, no, they're still number one, but no, they're no longer undefeated.
Okay.
They did lose last week. So yeah, but again, I just think it'd be more fun to do that than to just have the regular leagues and end in a season where no one wants to see the Sea Dragons versus the Brahmas. That's what I'm saying. But at least the one thing I do like about the XFL, at least they play away games and home games and not just in that one stadium. Like, like they're in Birmingham. Who's supporting the New Jersey Generals in Birmingham?
Yeah.
That's all. Anyway.
I did tune in to like maybe a quarter of the game and I just
today?
No. This is during the season. I forgot who was playing. It might have been the Defenders. But
you mean the XFL?
Yeah, the XFL I did tune in earlier this season. I think it was like the second week of the season, and it wasn't doing anything for me.
So yeah, they do have a couple of weeks left, but the DC Defenders are 7-1, clinch the playoff berth. Of course, Orlando is eliminated at 1-7, and I think the Sea Dragons are 5-3, and the Brahmas are 2-6. So the Brahmas will probably be eliminated as well. But yeah, so they'll probably be the teams from the same division, playing each other. So I don't know. Again, there's 8 teams.
Are there any like decent players in the league that are coming out that could have a shot to make an NFL team?
I'm honestly when I look at stuff, I'm not paying attention to who's out there. I know because they play things so differently. Like they switch quarterback. It's like a whole different league.
Okay. I just didn't know.
But it might be. Could be he hate me out there.
Yes,
So yeah,
he had a pretty,
Yeah, he made it. He's like I go like with Skip. Let's skip to my Lou. From the mixtapes to he actually played in the league for a minute. So I mean, again, if this league can generate 2 or 3 people to get on a roster that they normally wouldn't be on because somebody saw a tape of them, it's worth it.
Yeah. Now are these leagues considered like minor leagues to the NFL?
I don't even know if I would call them minor leagues. I think they're exhibition tapes.
All right.
I think it's just extra film. Like you say you got cut from somewhere, you go here. Like, wow, look at that catch. Look at it. Something and to think about it, you can't improve as a player. So say you just didn't make that 53-man roster and you go out there and you're improving by playing. You only can improve by playing, right? So you go out there and you show, okay, again, look at all the backup quarterbacks in the NFL that are trash, really. Anybody can make it. You can have somebody from here make it. You can have, a guy on special teams. To me, it's a job. Plus, they have rules and doing things different that the NFL could do as well to do something, constitute safety besides the changing of the quarterback helmets. You know what I mean? So, we'll see. But that was my whole. No one cares about the USFL or XFL, but they would care if they played each other.
I would probably watch that, honestly.
It would be because it would be a big deal to them, but the networks were making a big deal. You know, who reigns supreme? That's all.
Yeah.
So we shall see. We shall see. So hopefully they listen to the podcast like everyone else does and come up, and credit us, or I should say me, because
You.
with the idea, and just call it the Kevin Bowl. That'll be fine. Go from there. All right. So sticking to football, you guys signed a wide receiver this week. I know who's going to be catching passes from, but it seems like he's happy to be here. Looks like he already had a chicken box or two. So just tell me your overall excitement, your enthusiasm, your just overall Brianness of Odell Beckham Jr. calling Baltimore home for
Before I talk about it, because we haven't talked about this yet, can I get your opinion?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's just, but you gotta overpay to play, I guess, so to speak. I kind of took it as they could draft somebody, but as you said, their drafting has been okay, hasn't been great when it comes to getting that one wide receiver.
Right.
Obviously, trading to get a D-Hop or something like that takes a lot, as well as how much those guys cost on your bottom line, right? So why not take a chance on a guy who is dynamic, who can catch, if he's healthy, hopefully he's healthy, that can actually make a difference in a game. And if you get to keep the quarterback you want to keep, that could be a duo that could work. So was I a little bit shocked? I really thought he was going to go someplace else, but they probably offered him the most money.
Oh, yeah.
So and right now, as part of his career, he's there to show him that he's going to be healthy and to play. So take the most money and you can build something from it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you see it as a thumbs up.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Someone was going to get him anyway.
Yeah.
So then to me, I don't think it hurts you. They fit it underneath the cap. I don't think it's like a desperate thing because other teams wanted Odell. So I don't see it as an issue.
So here's my thing. I've been hearing more negative about this.
Wow, really?
That's why I was curious to get your thoughts before I talk about it.
Uh-huh.
But I've been hearing negative because all I keep hearing are people saying this was a terrible contract. The Ravens overpaid, which they did. I mean, they could pay him up to $18 million with incentives. But there have been so many takes on how this is a terrible signing. It's coming off 2 ACL injuries. They overpaid him. Nobody came close to paying him this much. That all may be true, but my thing is this. I have no problem with it, Hurt. This dude is he's a Pro Bowl type receiver. At this time in his career, is he going to be a number one? No. But just the threat of him on the field and just being healthy and productive, someone who can make plays, make tough catches, as long as he stays healthy and he's a number 2, that's fine. We don't have any legitimate. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you take a look at what we were throwing out there last season, I mean, broke down Sammy Watkins and Demarcus Robinson was starting playoff games for us, okay? Yep. Now we're going to come into this season with Nelson Aguilar, Odell Beckham, Devin Duvernay, a healthy Rashad Bateman. I don't understand.
And those are 4. I mean, if everybody's healthy, Nelson Aguilar can catch the football.
Right.
Odell can catch the football.
Right.
Bateman can catch the football. Duvernay can catch the football.
Right. So they paid
Andrews.
Yeah. So they paid $15 million, which was way too much. But here's the thing. It's a 1-year deal, Hurt. Guess what? If he gets hurt or if it doesn't work out, he won't be back next year. Nope. And the Ravens are smart. Okay, let's do this. Take a chance. Let's get a legit receiver. Because first they complain nobody wants to come to the Ravens, right?
Thank you.
They finally overpay. Oh, this is a worse contract. It's a 1-year contract. I heard so many takes. Why they overpay? No, I just want to tell you real quick. Why they overpay for him? $15 million, no one was close. It's 1 year. Who cares? Then how they going to overpay for him, but they won't give Lamar the money? 2 different things.
Oh, totally different things.
He's not a freaking quarterback.
How would you compare those 2?
So stupid. I heard that so many times. But they were willing to overpay him, but they're not willing to overpay Lamar. Like, oh my God, that's such a horrible take. Anyway, I have no problems with it. I give it a thumbs up. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, hurt. Guess what? He won't be on contract next year. Period. It's a 1 year.
How much did they want to give him?
Well, people.
8? Like what?
Well, so the rumor is that the Jets were going to pay him $10 million with incentives to get up to $15 million. That's the rumor, but we don't know yet. So we
so you pay, basically you paid him $5 million more guaranteed.
Yeah,
kind of than what they were going to pay.
Yeah.
So what? It's $5 million.
Right.
Seriously?
Yeah. So I just thought that was it's so odd. I mean, I heard I forgot who was. This was the worst contract. I heard so many takes from prominent, not prominent, but people whose opinions that I typically agree with, just trashing the Ravens for this. This was desperate. Yeah, it was desperate. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a 1 year thing, Hurt. If it don't work, he's gone. It's not like they signed him to a 3 year, $60 million contract, So
they don't have the funds or probably the resources to go and get like a cheetah, right? Or something like that. Or get, like I said, even get a D-Hop or someone who could be available, which may cost a lot more, including draft picks in the long run, than Odell Beckham. This is a hit or miss thing. If you miss, so what? If you hit, now what you gonna say?
Right.
And yes, he's a big name wide receiver. He's had injuries, recent big injuries. I get that. Okay. But he's not going to hurt the team. He can only make it better.
Right.
So 15, like who's 15? Is it your 15 million?
Right.
Like, seriously. And then and then you can't compare that to the quarterback contract, because guess who's willing to pay Lamar more than what the Ravens wanted to pay Lamar?
Who hurt?
0 other teams. So, but this is how I feel like your fan base is. They're never fully happy. Sometimes.
No, this isn't a fan base.
Oh, I thought it was a fan base.
No, these are like.
What are your fellow, like? What are your households?
People agree that we overpaid, but no, people like the signing. I think the fans.
Oh, okay. So this is like the media.
Yeah, this is the media. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
So
I thought you were talking about the siblings and stuff.
No. Like I said, I was shocked at what we paid, but my thing is, here's the thing: it's $15 million guaranteed. At most, it's going to be $3.6 million against the cap this year. People got to remember, the Ravens' hands are tied because of this Lamar situation. They couldn't go out, even if they wanted D-Hop. They wouldn't have been able to. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So they wouldn't be able to really spend the money the way they wanted to. This year, the way that it's constructed, it's a very low cap hit this year. And it's a 1 year deal. Who cares?
And it's good. It's good. Get over it. It's a good. He's a. Listen, as much as he's tearing my team up, how much he helped the Rams get to the Super Bowl, and he had a big play in the Super Bowl before he got hurt. Right. Like, come on now. Just again, he's a home run hitter. Put it this way, he's better than Deshaun, Jackson.
Man, don't even get me started with that dude.
So I mean, come on.
If we get the production that he gave the Rams, if we get that production for a whole year or for most of the year, guess what? It's money well spent.
And it changes the whole dynamic of the team. Period.
And it's also telling your quarterback, "Come on back, Lamar."
Yeah, it's like, look, we got somebody. You want somebody? We got somebody. So
yeah.
Any other Ravens news?
Nah, man. Just it's all LJ all the time, man. Lamar, So, but I want to talk about this news. I cannot. This is what I've been waiting for. I don't know if you're ready to talk about it yet. I'll let you go to where you want us to go next. But
okay. Well, yeah, no. Where do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Commanders, man. You sent me the text, and I was like, man, I cannot wait to hear her. I just want to, I just want to talk to a Commanders fan. I mean, I want to talk to someone who's been suffering with this ownership and this team for years and years. I just need to hear you talk about this. I need you to address this. But before you address it, I just want to read an article just to set this up from New York Times. Dan Snyder agrees to sell Washington Commanders for $6 billion. The NFL team.
6.5.
Okay. Well, I'm just reading the headline.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. The NFL team is on track to be sold for a record figure to a group led by Josh Harris as investigations into his sexual harassment claims and team's finances continue. Josh Harris is the owner of the NBA's Philadelphia 76ers and the NHL's New Jersey Devils. He agreed in principle to buy the Washington Commanders for a record $6 billion from Dan Snyder, the long-term owner of the team plagued by scandals that drew investigations from the NFL, Congress, and other government agencies. With the end of Snyder's tenure nearing, the NFL can begin to distance itself from the painful chapter in its history and write the future of the popular franchise, which under Snyder had been tarnished by accusations of a toxic workplace and an inability to secure a new stadium. Hurt, talk to me, man. I gotta know. How does this feel?
Right. So, real quick, a group led by Canadian billionaire Steve Apostolopoulos, I think I actually said it right, is still involved in the sales process. So,
right.
Because it's still open.
Right.
Again, I'm a type of person that any news of something getting close to happen is good news. So, again, I don't care if it's Josh Harris and Magic Johnson, and I heard KD called Magic to try to, because KD's a fan.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
To see if he can probably get a little something. I don't care. Okay, I don't care whom takes this team over, as long as it's not the guy who owns the team currently.
Yeah. Well, it's not a done deal yet, but he's agreed to sell it. So I just want to know your thoughts.
Yeah. No, I mean, when I need it to be ratified.
Okay.
Like this is what it could mean, and what it has already kind of happened. Social media, all my Washington stuff went crazy. I mean, people have bought season tickets already.
Really?
People who haven't bought season because they're looking forward to something new and good. Now, trying not to be emotional until it actually happens. As you know, and a lot of people know, this team, I bled burgundy and gold more than almost any other team or franchise ever in my life, because it was the first team that I ever fell in love with was Washington. The Joe Theismanns, the Dale Greens, the Hogs, Gary Clark, Riggins, Joe Gibbs, Richie Pettibone, everybody, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, Monty Coleman. I fell in love with it. This was my team, but we've been so horrible, not even on the field, but off the field, that people do not even remember who we used to be. It used to be a pride wearing burgundy and gold. Not this because Snyder's out. I remember I found it. Once the sale happens, I have the incense, okay? I'm driving down there, and I will cast the bad spirits that have been in that stadium from there that Snyder has left to clean it away for all the fans that are down there that love that team. That team was a hit. That crowd, our crowd went from probably being one of the best, most loyal, again, and there was no lie. It was literally a 20,000 person waiting list to get season tickets for that team that I was on.
Yeah, I remember you told me. Yeah.
I remember because I was like, I want to try to get. I was like, well, let me just sign up now because by the time I graduate and do everything, eventually, hopefully get around to me. And it did. But he was the owner. And I'm like, well, I couldn't afford it anyway. Let's sign for it. But I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. And think about it. I'm an hour away from them, Brian. And how many Washington games have I been to? One game. I refuse to give that man money.
Yeah.
I own 0 Commander gear. Everything that I bought from that, 0. Anything that says Commanders on, I don't have. I have a jersey. It's a Washington. It's a Redskins jersey.
Yeah. Okay.
That was given to me as a gift.
Yes. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. So I have not. All the Arsenal stuff I bought. All my Met stuff I bought. I have not bought anything burgundy and gold. Wow, in a long time. It's got to be a decade or so.
Wow.
And that's my team. They right down the street. And I can't go. I saw Arsenal play down in that stadium. I refuse to go see that stadium while he's there. I refuse. That's how much he's done. It's sickening. He's one of the worst people to ever own anything. Period. Like, just one guy, I was listening to an interview because, like, when I try to go to sleep at night, for some reason, I listen to ESPN late at night. And they were interviewing this guy who grew up in the area, and I think he works for one of the newspapers. He's like, people around here don't even know Daniel Snyder. He's like, he always has bodyguards around him. You can't even talk to him. I was like, you can't even get close to him. And they were like, so what was one of the worst stories or something you've heard about, something that happened during the Snyder regime? He's like, I can't even say. He's like, that's how bad it is. And he's like, even the worst part is that there's too many of these stories that have gone around. But legally and everything else, like the worst story, I can't even bring that up. That's how bad it's been.
That's crazy.
And that's how I don't think people understand having something you love get supposedly by someone who is a fan of the team, but just get pooped on by the person who owns it hurts your soul. And that's what he's done. He sucked the life. That's why I kind of understand some of the people in England who, when there's an American that comes in and buys a team and they try to change the structure to make it Americanized. It's not. It's British football. That's what they've done. You can't Americanize their process. You can't. This is how they've been doing it for over 100 some odd years. Unless you're throwing money in there, you can't change the process. So I after a while, I was just actually I really understood where they were coming from. I'm like, I can't. I was like, just even the owners of the former owners of the Mets, who they weren't despicable people, they just didn't want to spend no damn money. So they were just tight, but they weren't horrible. This dude sucks. Like, he literally is terrible. And he's just not a good person. Just having him around, it's just the team. There will be such a dark cloud lifted from the organization that it will be a new beginning for that team. Okay. And for their fans. Really for the fans. Really for the fans.
Will you start going to games again?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put it this way. I'll go more than one time. But yeah, because I would actually, once the team is sold, and whoever, if it's Josh Harris, Bill Harris, Bob Harris, whoever, Steve Apostolopoulos, whomever, Magic, Shaq, I don't care. If it's anybody but him, I'm celebrating, and I'll actually go get Commander something. Or probably not that, because I still hate that name. So maybe something for W. Either way, I'll buy something because I'll support whoever it is that owns the team now. Now, again, I've always supported the players. I support the team on the field, but I refuse to give money to that organization. Yeah. So it's almost like how you kind of felt with the Angelos.
Yeah.
For I don't know if he ain't being here. I don't know how, like, he was a bad person or if he just didn't want to spend money. But nothing. I mean, I've been here. The scandals that this guy has had.
No, yeah, right.
Compared to hardly only scandal he never had was like calling somebody an N-word. Everything else happened. You know what I mean?
It's like you got a double whammy. Not only was he a bad football owner, but he's also a bad person, yo. It's like on the field performance suck. The off the field scandals. It's like good. It's like this kind. He's just horrible from all sides.
All sides.
Yeah, Angelos was just a horrible baseball owner. He had good intentions and he started off with a bang, but he just got in his own way and became a terrible owner. But he's not a bad person. Snyder is a bad person.
A bad pad. So when it does happen, I have a bottle of tequila. That bad boy is getting drank when that happens. I don't care if it's a Monday, Tuesday, well, once I'm in church. But after that, maybe, I don't know, guys. Yeah. But Wednesday, Thursday, knocking it back.
I'm happy, yo, because I know how you felt like this whole time, man.
Dude, again, you know how much I love Arsenal. I love Arsenal.
Yes.
I love Arsenal. And I love my Mets. I love my teams. I love my team. But this is the team that I've rooted for the longest of my life.
Yeah.
Not even close to any other team, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like literally, I was, 7 when they won the first Super Bowl, 6, 7, I remember.
7, yeah.
And I've been a fan ever since. I was like 9 when I became a Mets fan because I moved back home. So this is the team that I've watched that I've followed since then. I was the only guy in school. I'm sorry, the only person in school wearing burgundy and gold in New York. Around all these Giants fans, not caring at all. I don't care. I literally had all my watch. That was me. They knew it. They're like, oh, he's a Washington fan. Yep. Coats, hats, everything. Everything was Washington. So hail to the song. I had the song on my phone. It's a ringtone. Like everything's burgundy. All my former, not current, like passwords would be Washington something. You know what I mean? And he just took that away from us. That stadium never looked like the way, besides the stadium being horrible. Yeah. But the away fans running our stadium, that never would have happened. The way that you see when they used to be back at RFK, where we're bouncing up and down on the field, and people used to come there like, this place is crazy, because they were crazy about that team. Mm. We're not crazy about him, so we can't go there. That's why I was kind of upset when they changed the name of people in there buying stuff and all. I'm like, don't give that man money. Mm. But I mean, again, they're not, those people aren't Nats fans. Those people aren't Wizards fans. Those people are Washington fans. Yeah. So, but yeah, so when it happens, I'm still, I don't trust him. I know there's a preliminary until things dotted I's and crossed T's. I'm still, because I don't trust the guy.
Well, he has 6 billion reasons.
Yeah, and somebody said, and which I don't care, by the way, but someone was like, well, because he's selling team is good for him. Okay, fine. He made a great business move. He bought it for $800 million.
Yeah.
So that's good, but I don't care what he can go. I don't care. He can go kick rocks after this with his $6.5 billion. I'm fine with that. I just never want to see the dude again. Like literally, if they said we need Washington fans to come here and scrub the place with a toothbrush, I will be there to scrub that place with a toothbrush with my incense. I really, dude. I was really thinking about, man. I'm going down there. I was like, I'm really gonna go down there and just do a Kyrie Irving or something, and just have a, get the damn freaking spirits out, man. Because that's how bad it's been.
Dude, I know you will, too.
The worst owner of all my teams ever. Every one of them has some kind of controversy, but none of them have been as despicable or as horrible as him. Dolan isn't great. He's not great at all. But kicking out Charles Oakley is way different than all the scandals this dude has.
Yeah.
This dude's a scumbag. He's just a straight scumbag.
All right. Well, I'm happy for you, man.
What? Done yet?
I'm not happy for Washington fans, but I am happy for you.
Yeah, you are happy for Washington fans. Just admit.
I'm happy for you, man.
For Washington fans. so then the one thing Dan's like, so if he sells a team before the Miami game, is it going to be different? I was like, oh, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. Those tickets you thought you might get, it might be a little allotted space you might get, but If that, I was like, if we sell the team, that enthusiasm is going to be there again, just to support who we have, So, and that's going to be infectious. So I can't wait.
Are we going to that game this year, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I said I was going to go, so it would have been the second time I went if he was still there. Because, I mean, how many times Miami comes up here? It was once every 8 years.
Yeah.
So next time I'll be like 50 something. So it's like, let's go to hell. Yeah. So yeah, we're definitely going to go to that game.
All right. Cool.
All right. Moving on. So, and what we're going to spend probably most of our time on is playoffs. Yes, the not the NHL playoffs, which will start soon as well, as my Rangers had to face the Devils in the first round. Which is
the Caps ain't in it, so
yeah, and they fired their coach. The Pierre Laviolette is out.
Oh, I didn't know that.
After 3 seasons, yeah. So Washington. The Penguins for the first time in 16 seasons did not make the playoffs as well.
What?
Yeah, Sidney Crosby's at home. So yeah, so that was the one good thing. Besides the Rangers making it, is one of the things that come out of there. So let's go Rangers. Let's.
So are the Bruins going to win this thing?
Probably. As much as I can't stand the city, dude, they literally had the best record in the history of the sport. So the best regular season. Now they may not equate to playoff success because it's hard.
Yeah.
To the playoffs,
it's
a whole different ball game. People are gunning for you, but I mean, right now I feel like it's theirs to lose. You know what I mean? So, but I can't wait, and we'll get into 10 minutes.
But you know what, man, real quick.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say I am so glad, Joe, Alexander Ovechkin won that championship, man.
Yeah,
it would have been but it would have been a shame, man, if he left the sport. And then, he could get another one. But, man, I'm just so glad he will not have that stigma of the best. He was a great player, but he couldn't win the big one, man. I'm so glad they won, man.
Yeah. Also, by the way, congrats to the Seattle Kraken making their first playoff appearance as a franchise. They'll be playing Colorado, the defending the Stanley Cup champions, of course. Again, the best trophy and cup in tradition in all sports, period.
Yep.
I love that. But, they play them on Tuesday in their first game. Winnipeg at Vegas. We got Tampa at Toronto. New York at New Jersey. Islanders at Carolina. Florida at Boston. Minnesota against Dallas. Well, that should be a rivalry. The North Stars went to the Stars, and, now they're Wild in Minnesota. So, and the Kings and Edmonton, which is a rivalry because that's where Edmonton sold Wayne Gretzky to LA, so everybody should be fighting. Especially New York and New Jersey. I hate the Devils. So, and by the way, that's the hardest ticket to come by. Tickets as low as $191 for that Rangers Devils.
Okay.
Good luck to everybody except for the Devils. So I'm sad about that. So speaking of playoff matchups, the NBA playoffs have started. We had all the play-in games. And by the way, they do call them play-in games that happened. And we have all the matchups set up again, and the playoffs already started. We have, of course, Milwaukee is the number 1 seed playing Miami, who won their play-in game. Already, we have Boston played Atlanta today, them being the 2 seed. This is just for the Eastern Conference. The number 3 seed, they play today as well, face Brooklyn, who's the number 6 seed. And 4 and 5 are Cleveland and the Knicks, who play today as well. So we're just going to start with the Eastern Conference. Who do you think's taking each round, and who do you think is the favorite to actually go to the NBA Finals? So we'll start with Milwaukee and Miami.
Well, look, Miami's pretty scrappy, but I got to go with the Bucks. I mean, they're the number 1 seed. The Bucks want to send teams a message after not quite making it last year. So well, just for these 2 teams, I'm taking the Bucks. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks in like 5.
Yeah. Okay.
Celtics and Hawks. Celtics already have a 1-0 lead. They beat them today, 112-99. Halftime score was 74-44. So, So Boston's not pulling any punches, it seems like. So you think it's going to be a pretty easy series for Boston?
4-2. Boston is 6. I'll give Atlanta 2 games, 2 games at home. But yeah, Boston, man, they're just a good team, man. Lost their coach, but they still wound
They rallied, but they still got good players.
Yeah, and they wound up being a number 2 seed. So yeah, they like you said, they already got a win. But yeah, I'm taking Boston.
All right. Philly and Brooklyn. Philly, they played today as well. Philly winning 121-101. Think Philly easy.
Yep. Take Philly.
Yeah. This might be a 4-0, honestly.
Yeah. I agree.
And now the one that's up in the air, of course, is Cleveland and the Knicks. They played today as well already, and the Knicks won that one 101-97. So Cleveland is the home team, so they took the home court advantage from them. Who you got in this series?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Knicks, man.
All right, it's better say that over the podcast would have ended. So no, I mean, listen, I love Spider Mitchell. He's a New York guy, Mets fan, but he plays for the Cavaliers. I gotta root for my team. I think the Knicks are gonna win it. But I think it's and Cleveland's kind of inexperienced as well. I think New York, with the players they have, I think they could win it in 6.
Okay.
So I got Knicks in 6. Now after that, I feel like these next series, who could happen after that? I think it would be Milwaukee against the 4 or 5, which would be the Knicks or the Cleveland, and then Boston, Philly. All those top 3 teams have something to prove, not only to each other, but I feel like the whole league. So, you want to address those when we get there, or you want to talk about?
Can I just tell you who I think is going to the conference championship game? I think we're going to, I'll just take it to the conference championship. I think we're going to get Bucks versus 76ers.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Boston gets taken out along the way.
Yeah, well, I think Boston will lose to the Sixers, but I think that's going to be a 7 game.
Yeah.
I think because both of them have something to prove. But I feel like Embiid really wants to prove something this year.
Yeah, dude. See, I'm totally with you, man. I think he's probably going to be the MVP, right?
He could be. I mean, I would give it to him over Djokovic. Not Djokovic. Jokic. I always say Djokovic like it's tennis. The 3 finals are him, Giannis, of course, and
Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic.
Yeah. I think Embiid. He just seems to be like this year. He just seems to be like, nah, man, I ain't messing around.
Yeah, he ain't about this life, or we taking this. So even though it was a 3 seed, but I think him personally, he does deserve the MVP.
Yeah.
So I think Bucks Sixers. I think the Sixers are actually going to make it this year.
Oh, okay.
Because I really think they need. I feel like they need I feel like Giannis will need it to validate him, and to validate who he feels like he is as a player as well. Because if he goes in and they lose to Giannis and them again, that whole little rivalry thing just becomes a little bit more one-sided. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Out there in the best in the West, we got the number 1 seed. We have Utah, Denver, which of course led by Jokic, against the Timberwolves, who got into the playing game. We got Grizzlies, Lakers, 2-7. Sacramento, Golden State, and Phoenix and the Clippers. So they haven't played yet. I think tonight, Golden State and actually should be on now. Actually, Golden State and
it just started.
Sacramento are tonight, and I think the rest are on Sunday. So let's start with Denver, Minnesota. Who you got?
Denver. This is one of these series to me. So I'm with Denver.
And I think Denver. I think if Minnesota's healthy, they could do something, but they have to be healthy. But I just think Denver has too many weapons for them. I think Denver wins this one. But I think it'd be like 6.
Okay. And it's nothing against these teams, where I just don't have any in them at all. So.
All right, Memphis Lakers.
I do think the Lakers are taking this series. I think they're taking a 6, man. I just think LeBron ain't messing around now that they're in the playoffs. And look, he's always a factor. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care how old he is. I don't care how depleted his teams are. You cannot. You can look. You cannot just take this. Not take him for granted, but overlook him. Even when he looks like he may be weakened. And I like LeBron in this instance, so I'm gonna take the Lakers.
again, Anthony Davis has to be healthy. That's number one. Number two, I think there's something that's going to happen during this game or during this series that's going to hurt Memphis. I don't know, it's going to be foul trouble or somebody getting technicals or somebody being tossed. Because I think sometimes their immaturity gets in front of them. So, I mean, listen, I think Memphis takes it in 7.
Okay.
I think Memphis takes it in 7. It's hard for me to say, but I don't want everybody picking the Lakers because I want LeBron to win. So
yeah,
we'll see. And of course, the series of Sacramento and Golden State 3-6. Game 1 now on ABC is Sacramento at home. Sacramento, first time in the playoffs in like 18, 17 years or something like that.
Since Weber was on the team.
Like Bibby was on the team. Like Asia Stojakovic.
I was just about to
and
say.
like Vlade Divac. And they had a whole bunch of, really good players actually back then were on that team. So, and playing getting healthy and healthier Golden State squad. I think, again, Golden State, somehow, some way, they always luck out. And they lucked out by getting a team they ain't never done not one thing in the playoffs. Even though they're a higher seed, it don't mean anything. I feel like Golden State's going to win this in
I couldn't
5 or 6.
I couldn't agree with you more, man. I'm taking the Warriors.
Now, I would love for Sacramento to win this series.
I know.
They Golden State lucked out. And Phoenix Clippers. Man, that starts tomorrow night, 8:00 on TNT.
Dude, I don't believe in the Clippers, man.
Well, PG-13's hurt. He's gonna try. They said to get back by the 21st, so maybe by next. He'll miss maybe the first 3 games. So KD's first playoff series with Phoenix. Who you got?
Like I said,
don't think Kawhi's on the Clippers. I think people forget Kawhi's on the Clippers.
And
I mean, it's Kawhi. I mean, Kawhi's got a title.
Yeah, that's
not chip.
So does Fred VanVleet.
Well, because he was on the same team as the Claw.
Yeah, so no, dude, I just don't believe. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in the Clippers.
You don't believe in Ty Lue? Who's got a chip? Ty Lue's got a chip.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just Kawhi.
Does Chris Paul have a chip?
No.
Does Devin Booker have a chip?
Oh, he does not.
No. Does Andre Ayton have a chip?
KD have a chip?
He only got 2 because he joined a better team. What has he done on his own?
No, man. Give me Phoenix, man.
All right. I think it's going to be a fun series. I think it's going to go further than what you think.
Really?
Yeah. I think Phoenix has to figure out. I think Ayton is the factor because Ayton, when he was doing great a couple years ago in that playoff run, when he was dominating, they ran through that pretty easily. So I think he's one of the factors. Now, of course, Devin shooting and him and KD shooting helps, but I think the Clippers still have a good chance. As long as, again, they have to stay healthy. And again, I'm not doubting Kawhi. Kawhi's good.
Yo, by the way, can you believe that Dallas didn't make the playoffs, yo?
Yes.
Yo.
So that's what happens when you get Kyrie Irving.
I was just about to say that they took a chance trading for Kyrie, yo, and it seemed like the season went downhill.
Yeah, well,
everywhere this dude.
He didn't burn his incense when he went to Dallas. That's what happened.
It's when he got to Dallas, it's like they fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, well, you know what? I hope they trade him to the Cowboys. So,
because it's flat, and they fell off the face.
Yeah, I know. I think I used that joke like a couple weeks
ago. Okay.
So, yeah.
Speaking of jokes,
I think, go ahead.
you mentioned we were talking about LeBron and he's known as the king, right? So in honor of him, I wanted to dedicate this week's dad joke to LeBron. And my question to you is, why did the king eat his beans? Because he wanted to leave his heir on the throne.
Speaking of, first of all, that's horrible. Second
That's the point.
I do not like those Peyton Manning bean commercials.
Peyton Manning, what commercial?
Bean commercials. He's doing like the those bush beans.
I didn't even know he had that.
Yeah,
No.
I don't like them. That's all I'm saying.
I normally like Peyton on commercials.
So do I. This one
must be bad.
yeah, that's trash.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
you see one.
I don't even get a chuckle from that one.
So I have Phoenix in 7. So who do you think is the strongest team to come out of the Western Conference? Or what do you think is the Western Conference Finals?
I think Phoenix is going to be there. Dude, who did I pick? I picked the Lakers.
I picked the Lakers, Denver, Golden State, and Phoenix.
You know what? I think I'm gonna take Phoenix to come out the West.
All right. So if
it's Phoenix versus Denver in the conference finals. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, because if the matchups would be, if everybody you said won, Denver would get the late. I don't know. Did they reseed? I think they reseed, right?
Yeah.
So if they do, Denver would get the Lakers, and then Golden State would have to go to Phoenix. So they would eliminate each other. So they can't have a Phoenix. I think they can't have it unless Memphis wins, and then that would change who plays whatever.
Yeah.
So I think the most exciting, besides LeBron, we're going to take LeBron out of it. The most exciting conference final would be Phoenix Golden State if they can make it there. Golden State's getting healthy, but I think if they Phoenix's time to beat them, and they need to do it, and they need to do it now. So I'm going to pick Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
So they'll come out of there. So it could be a Phoenix Philly final.
So who do you like?
Well, if Josh Harris takes over and buys Washington, I'm rooting for Josh Harris. Okay, not rooting for the city, not really rooting for the team. I'm rooting for him just because some of that mojo could mojo its way to the DMV.
Gotcha.
That would be the only reason. But I would like to have CP3 win a title too.
Yeah. Well, I'll go Bucks. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Do you think there's any shot that the Lakers could make it out the West?
No.
Okay.
I mean, again, they would have to. Their team would have to play at a level that I don't think they're to beat like a Phoenix. I think they could beat like a Golden State, honestly. I just think there are matchup issues for everybody there, but they don't have anybody that could guard or really stop AD or LeBron. But AD has to be healthy in order to beat him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and they can actually play some kind of little bit of defense on Golden State. So, but yeah, they do have a chance, and I hope they get out this round. To be honest with you. So, but we'll see. We shall see, but I am looking forward to the playoffs. So, as soon as we're done, turn on that Sacramento Golden State game and root for Sacramento.
Okay.
Speaking of Kings, yeah. So I think that's all we got.
Well, we gotta give our updates on our baseball team.
Oh, good gravy! Look at that. I see how that joke was so bad. Yeah. So the walk-off O's. I mean, dudes hitting salamis and having like 9 RBIs, and you had walk-offs 2 days ago. Adley Rushman is just like on fire. But you had something to say about Adley.
Yes, Adley Rushman. You said he might be the All-Star, American League All-Star catcher. No, he will be the American All-Star catcher, and not only that. he's going to be top 3 in vote getters for the All-Star game. If it wasn't for Shohei and Aaron Judge, I say he'd be the top vote getter. But he's going to be so I predict he will be a top 3 vote getter. This dude is a star. Like,
So what you're saying is, you think he's a star?
Yes.
Okay.
An all-star.
But who has more RBIs, him or Mountcastle?
Atley.
That would be wrong.
Well, Mountcastle has him right now, but Atley's going to
Yeah.
watch.
Well, I'm talking about right now. What are we talking about?
Well,
End of the season?
He has 20 RBIs. He leads the American League in RBIs right now, I believe. And I think he's tied or second in home runs right now. So Mountcastle is having a great year.
First of all, he leads baseball.
Oh.
In RBI. You get it right, sir.
Excuse me.
Kind of nonsense are you spewing over here, buddy?
Oh, did you pick up Felix Batista by any chance?
Yeah, he was gone already.
Man.
He was gone.
Did you pick up Adam Frazier?
I forgot who that was. Surprise.
Oh, okay.
Still, they're doing. What's their record?
They're 8-7. They lost today in extras. This game was frustrating today. The Orioles kept getting leads and they kept giving them right back, and then went to extra innings. And yeah, we scored a run in extras. They scored 2. It was just one of those back and forth type of games, and it really hurts because we got to go up against Dylan Cease tomorrow, who is just filthy. That dude's nasty, and I don't think we'll win it tomorrow. Oh, tip for you, DraftKings, whatever the over is on Orioles strikeouts, take it tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do that.
Strike out a lot.
Yeah, especially with Dylan Cease pitching, I'm definitely going to take the over on whatever the over is on strikeouts. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I mean, listen, you got as usual, American League East tough division. The Rays were 13-0. Now they're on a 2-game losing streak to the Blue Jays, who are 10-5 themselves. So it's going to definitely always going to be. I think every NL East, AL East, but I think the NL East, at least we have the Nationals. Bring up the rear.
Yeah. Question: do you think the Rays' 13-0 start was more indicative of how good their team is, or more indicative of their schedule? Because they played us.
Yeah, I mean, it was early in the season. I mean, it's obviously because 13 games, right?
Yeah, but they played all the
box. I don't think it's like some kind of historical. I mean, but if they went 14-0, they would have been like the first season since like 1884. So statistically, they'd be like, "Wow, that's crazy."
What about the 85 Detroit Tigers?
No, I don't think they went 14-0.
They didn't?
No, I think they tied it going 13-0.
Oh, okay.
But if they went 14, some team in 1884, probably the Cincinnati Red Stockings or something, or the Cleveland Spiders. You know what I mean? One of those teams that Nat LaJolie played for.
Baltimore Highlanders.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, one of those bad boys. But yeah, no, it's good. I really like listening to how people around here are excited about the O's, hearing them on the radio and stuff. I don't follow them. But just, hearing the highlights, hearing, stuff Adley's done, Mountcastle, working. So it's good that I feel like there's actually a buzz, about people wanting to go down to the yards to go, see the O's play.
Yep.
So
how your Mets doing? I think the Orioles and the Mets had the same record, right?
That would be incorrect.
Oh.
Yep. We are 9-6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are 6-4. We're playing Oakland, so that always helps when you play Oakland.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon to be in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas Athletics. But yeah, we started off our year with 2 series against the Marlins already. So yeah. We have the A's now. We struggled against Milwaukee, who's got a pretty good team. So we'll see. We still haven't. Verlander hasn't pitched yet because he had like a little muscle strain in preseason, spring training. So he's probably just like maybe a week or 2 away. He's not that far away. But our bats have been working. Lindor's been hitting. Polar Bear's been hitting. So if we, keep going, again, we still got to face the Braves. Phillies are kind of struggling right now, but they always start slow and end up finishing a little bit better.
Speaking of the polar bear, can you explain that text you sent me earlier this week? Because I was telling you about Mountcastle, and then you sent me a text with the
that was the only thing I wanted to try to find like a baseball let's go or something.
Okay.
So it just came out with the let's go Mets thing. So
I was like, what?
Yeah, because I was like, but I couldn't. There's no like Mountcastle memes out there.
Oh, right.
So I was like, I didn't know what else to say.
Okay,
so I was like, well, you know what? I just got to send a polar bear.
Okay.
So Mountcastle, what does he play outfield or first base, right?
He's first base.
Yeah, so polar bear plays first base. So that's the only thing I could find. I was like, I'll just send it to him. Yeah, no, I was happy. I was like, he's got 9. Why did I got him playing 20 points? Yeah. So yeah, I was excited about that. But yeah, so far so good. Just baseball has having a good start. The pitch clock, shorter game so far, big bases, people stealing bases again. Today's Jackie Robinson Day, number 42 around the league, so that's awesome. I saw somebody, I think Nike came out with a Nike Air, not obviously not Jordan Air, I think it was, but like a Nike Air 42 or something that almost has and it has baseball stitching, a pattern on it as well. So those look pretty nice. So, but thank you again, Jackie, for giving us and playing and doing something that hardly, just appreciate, what you went through to get to have us, in the sport. Hopefully we're coming back in that we loved back in the day, that we, had all the Ken Griffey's and, the Bells and the Bronzes and the Ricky Hendersons.
Vince Coleman.
Yeah, and Willie McGee's and the Mookie Wilsons and the Eddie Murrays and all those people who came up and followed you. And but just thank you for giving us a sport that I played, that I loved when so it's just, man, just thank you for your sacrifice, honestly. And you are a true example of what a hero is. So thank you, Jackie. So I think we'll end on that. But thank you, everybody, here on StreamYard and YouTube, NYMD Podcast. Subscribe and like on your socials, Facebook, IG, and Twitter, as well as Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find us, the NYMD Podcast. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the weather, and we will see you next week.
Peace out, y'all.